All right. Welcome everyone. We are doing something slightly different today. We've assembled some quite strong players to play an openly talk game on Fjords. I'll introduce them in a sec, but the other thing I wanted to state is I've doing slightly different mic settings and Discord settings for them. So chat, please be responsive early on if volumes are weird or you can't hear anything, because I could be mucking it up. But anyhow, the players we have here today are Nerdcube, who most probably recognize. He's a very strong player in general. I'm not sure he has any specialty knowledge on Fjords, but we got him here for a game. You want to say hi quick, Eric?
Hey, yeah, glad to be playing. I think I have played a total of less than 10 games on Fjord, so who knows what'll happen today.
All right, perfect. In the other corner, then we have Logus, who also people probably recognize. Another very strong name from Board Game Arena, also strong on Snellman. He is currently in D1 of TM Tour. He did win D1 of one of the recent Fjords leagues, and I believe, though he just told me he got demoted to D2, but regardless, he is the champion of Fjords, as we're going to refer to him throughout the broadcast. So, Logus, welcome.
Hi everyone. Thanks for the praise, but yeah, I haven't been playing that great lately, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Then I'm obviously chilling around here. I've played a decent bit on Fjords. I just got back to D1 of Fjords League, so that'll be fun. I did a decent bit of playtesting back in the day, but the guy who did the most
Thank you,
playtesting,
Rainier.
the guy who
Thank you,
did
all the playtesters.
the guy who did the most playtesting and created the map himself is the Jordan, and we have him today as a special guest as well. His
Hi.
BGA rating may say that he's only good, but don't listen to that. He is also a former D1 player of TM Tour. He's quite strong, and yeah, I'm glad to be playing a live game with him here. So, welcome, Jordan.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks much for having us, and thanks for creating this map. That I'm super excited it's on BGA now, so I can play even more games, especially since I prefer live games. Um, we're trying to do in a somewhat open talk style, similar to Lumen streams that some of you may be familiar with. So please, everybody, um, feel free to chat. Okay, and sorry, the chat is telling me people are slightly quiet. I can raise your guys' volumes just a little bit too. Logus maybe did some on his end, but all of that should help. And yeah, Eric, go ahead. Let's start this game.
All right.
So we're playing on Fjords with most no landscapes and all the other settings you'd expect.
Pro rules.
And Jordan is first to pick factions here. You're
Ooh,
probably
okay.
you're probably not as used to auctions, sorry, but we only play auctions.
No,
all
I,
day.
I, I am. I'll have to figure it out. Trial by fire. All right, so we got round 3 spades. We got round 4 big buildings. Who can get 8 dwellings out? Mermaids can get 8 dwellings out. But do I want to pick the ones that are strong, or do I want to pick the ones that like I'm good at? What's the auction strat?
So that's a good question. I tend to put in factions I like to play that I think I'm good at, that I think kind of fit the setup, but people run different auction strategies, so you can kind of do whatever you want. I mean, hypothetically, I guess you should put in whatever you think you have the biggest edge on compared to us.
Yeah, I'm
We
always
honestly
curious
have
about.
some low scoring overall. I'm gonna put the fakirs in here. I feel like I'm good at fakirs.
Oh yeah, I like fakirs in this map. I really like it because it's one of the good maps for them.
Yeah,
I
it's
had some
definitely.
success with
I
them. Enjoy.
I very much agree. I just made D1 of Fjords League again on the strength of a first place Fakirs game, so yeah, that was good.
Without any like auction help, just on even playing field. They can hold their
Yeah.
own
They can sometimes.
sometimes.
All right, glad to.
I'm worried here. I'm worried here about the bonus tile they're gonna get.
I'm curious about mermaids in this map. Actually, I have not
They should
learned
be
how
good.
to play a good mermaids in this map.
I agree. Mermaids
Infinite
are
ways to expand.
Mermaids are
They really should be better than I think their results they're getting. I think people are just preferring witches out of comfort.
And there goes
Yeah.
Eric knowing.
As I pick witches. I mean,
you know,
if temp shipping drops to them with 2 dwelling rounds at the beginning, this feels absolutely insane.
Witches are
It's safely good.
yeah, witches are quite good on this map. It's very fun. Ever since this bottom green hex that I'm showing off, this thing didn't used to be green, and it was much harder. But that was a great suggestion in the playtesting process that really gives this map some of its current character. So
I like it that you really helped dwarves in the creation of this map. But when I look at Red and I look at Chaos Magicians, I'm also very lost on what they're supposed to do. They usually start E5 and get easy expansions on the 1 to C3 and the rest. But all their towns look like they need some bridges for them. It's
you
kind of weird.
you don't
Start D3. You can punch through to D2 and across the river, or you can just go out the gray way.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not
There's
sure.
so many like so many shipping tiles for them. Like off 3 shipping, you can get like 7 dwellings, and then you're cooking. I mean, you only need 1 town as chaos mages, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
2.
mean, some games you'd like more, but I agree. On this map, I usually just try to get one. And yeah, it often requires a bridge, but you do get a lot of red hexes with shipping on this map, which can be really nice.
In the dream scenario where you get the red to red in this west island here, red, yellow, gray,
Yeah.
red, then you're gonna win the game. With lots of leech, yeah, that's heaven.
Yeah, that is great. It is very unlikely to get that stretch. But I guess, yeah, if you're facing like witches, darklings, chaos, and then what, a cultist as well, maybe you could get all that. I don't know. I'm not sure I've
Throw
actually seen it, but
throw chaos mages in the game. I rarely see chaos mages and fakirs play against each other.
Oh, it's not for you for either actually.
Okay, well, you don't have to then.
And I think in particular in this setup, like without the shipping points tile in the game, like any faction that wants to get to 3 shipping is just quite a bit weaker. Like
Yeah,
it's significantly worse to just like rush shipping.
Actually, I'm gonna do something questionable, but let's see what happens.
Okay.
all right, and the slightly questionable is putting dwarves in after witches have already shown up, but I don't think
Witches, dwarves, fakirs.
I don't think green and gray have to fight as much as they do in the base map. It's still obviously
Yeah,
not good news for either, but it's not the end days.
It's not great. That's for sure.
I agree, but it makes things a bit more interesting.
It helps keep witches in check for sure.
All right.
They
Now,
got
obviously, black
this
would
center
generally be a
area.
good choice here, but we're not trying to pick for ourselves. We're trying to pick a good matchup. So brown or black or blue even.
I mean, blue will destroy witches, right?
All right.
I'll
If it's swarming
destroy.
and they keep to themselves, it'll probably be
Oh,
fine.
storm this is not a good storming setup.
That's true. Hypothetically.
All right. Yeah, so I tend not to put in sandwich type factions. So I'm not going to put in blue because I don't want to make witches completely sandwiched. I also won't put in red. So I'm basically picking between brown and black here.
I think that Halflings might have a game. I'm just not sure.
Oh,
Potentially.
halflings on this map are the one faction that I've still never actually convinced or figured out what they're supposed to do. So it would be a bold choice of me. I guess I could watch somebody show me how it's done, but
I would be tempted.
Go for it.
I don't like cultists here because the early cults, like the priest and the power, are kind of bad. Okay, you get.
I don't
coins
want
and
us to have to
cultists.
metagame each other every single cult decision. So let's not pick cultists.
Yeah, I agree. Let's not be cultists.
I don't totally disagree with that, but yeah, I might otherwise have picked cultists. But if we're not picking cultists, I might just be the boring guy that throws in darklings and watches us all bid them a while.
It's good. What can you say? It's good. Darkness are good.
I would like
They
to put
are
it.
good.
I would like to put an alchemist because alchemists are pretty fun and interesting on this map. But obviously the last.
It's low scoring.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not a good setup for them.
correct. The last 3 rounds just look so ugly that I'm not excited about playing alchemist at all. So yeah, I'll be boring to put in darklings. As for all the chat, welcome everybody. Thanks much, Ghostly, for subbing. That's very much appreciated. And as for people telling me some volume stuff, I appreciate the feedback. I did turn Eric's mic down a bit, so hopefully everybody comes through a bit more even on the volume.
Yeah, I'll say something now to just see if it's working. But I mean, I think our Darklings. Do we just bid Darklings down to 20 right off the bat?
Oh, you know I'm doing that, right? I usually have no chill being stuff down like at least 5 points per side. I do hope my volume is good now.
This feels insane.
I do think Darklings are probably best here by a decent margin, but I don't totally know how much they need to be bid, but
like dwarves doesn't destroy witches or anything. It just significantly makes their dwelling opening worse.
Yeah, I'm actually worried about dwarves because fakirs will want to contest some of those reds. Depending on which red they contest, it might threaten their connection.
Well, do we have extra final scoring or no?
Sorry, no, there's no extra final scoring at Board Game Arena.
Boo.
Yeah, that still has never been added. So
it helps Darklings out even more.
Danny B, the Jordan is not. He doesn't play much anymore, but he's a former D1 player. He's much more known on Snellman, and he's the creator of the Fjords map. So it's exciting to have him around here.
Brought V1 into the message boards back when we used message boards rather than Twitch.tv.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, it is your turn to bid. I don't know if you're actually thinking it through. Or...
Oh, wait. My turn as in me.
Yes, sorry, you. Jordan.
Okay, so I just click on Darklings. Cool. Can I bid down to 20?
You can be a little careful. So if you're not used to this interface, oh, okay, you did it correct. I was about to say you might accidentally bid 20 points and bid him down to 10 if you're not careful, but
that still might be okay.
I think that's a bit too far personally, but
I'm not quite sure how to value everyone else here. I mean, I think so. Darklings.
I think you guys have a point, like that witches gets hurt, but not that hurt.
Yeah, and see, this is a wild auction because I think I wanted fakirs over witches, honestly, but maybe I'm crazy.
Really? But what best style do fakirs get? Like,
so the pastile sucks for round 1. Sure, that's that's no good. But they get the first upgrade. They'll get some leech. They're gonna get priest or single dig. Gonna be fine. They get earth 1. They're gonna live a fine life.
I'm with witches because I don't see Darklings picking shipping. Maybe Darklings pick shipping to block witches, but then dwarves get spade. I don't like that for Darklings. But if
Darklings should pick shipping, I think. That would honestly be a good... That or spade are both fine for them.
Yeah, I would. I think spade is too good for the other factions, so Darklings should block it. But then, dwarves are not going to pick shipping.
And the spade is great for them.
Yeah, the spade is good for them.
With the dwelling first 2 rounds, like you just want a spade.
Yeah, Logus is correct. Witches are better than fakirs.
Yeah, because witches will get the shipping. It's pretty much guaranteed, right?
Even if you don't get shipping, you get worker power, and you probably get double dig. Then, yeah.
Oh, it's me again. Okay, sorry. I gotta figure out how to move quicker here. Just a moment.
What's the 30 faction here? It's a bit tricky. Like, it's either... I mean, dwarves or fakirs, they don't both look bad.
I'm a little nervous about Fakir's game. Maybe this is my Fjords inexperience, but it does feel like they're not going to get a bunch of leech early here.
Yeah, I'm nervous as well about Fakir's game. I think they will get leech because there is usually a triangle at F4, G4, and G5.
I think there's a ton of leech coming here early, and I think there's going to be a lot of action around this hex throughout most of the game. And I think these are the starting hexes of Fakirs. So
those are definitely the starting hexes. I will probably be greedy with witches just for the dwellings that start F5 and F8 just to get the free dwellings and Earth 1. Then probably take F4 maybe, or possibly block the double spade on some hacks.
I mean, that was going to be my question: is as witches, do you take Earth 1, or do you just open temple and double spade, or trading post and double spade, and that you could open trading post 5 dwellings?
If I'm witches,
You could do that.
I would do the dwellings, but yeah.
A full dwelling?
I would skip Earth. I would skip Earth 1 as witches. Like, I get that it's a somewhat lower scoring setup, but at the same time, witches, when they have tons of early workers and you just build all these dwellings early, you're scoring more anyhow.
Yeah, you're gonna get 3 towns and then you're gonna be fine.
You probably win network. I mean, yeah.
That's the thing. I6 seems very key for them for network, so it can be very easily blocked, especially by Darklings.
Yeah. As for the chat, Halai is saying that dwarves are winning this one is his prediction, so that'll be fun if that's true. And Crix, thank you for the cheap shot. Yeah, that's good.
Wow. Ryan really goes to Fakirs.
I said that I thought Fakirs were reasonable here. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't see what's going to be so awful for them.
So it's between me and Eric.
What if the Leech Party doesn't happen there? What if the Leech Party happens on the center continent? Like,
then you were E7.
Then I don't get much Leech round 1. Oh no! Like, I'll survive.
So you probably got a bad bonus tile. You didn't get much Leech. Like, and if you rush Earth 1, which maybe you don't.
So I mean, it depends. Yeah.
So
like, if I go temple and I realize I'm out of the Leech Party, then I have to probably switch to Air 2. But I can adapt.
I think Air 2 is Air 2 is kind of standard for Fakirs in a lot of these situations because they really need space. But I'm not sure I would go
on this map. I don't think you need that many spades early necessarily either. I mean, you want one pretty badly, but you have a flight to pull off, and then if you get to spade this on your next flight, you can just fly
it's
and
amazing.
build a lot.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of early spades, and then you hard a little. Like, it's not great, but there's a lot of expansion options here.
Eric, I'm starting to get tempted.
You know I'm gonna make your life.
I won't bid the Darklings up.
I know you're gonna make my life hell, but I'm questioning how you're going to make my life hell.
Yeah, nobody's touching Darklings. I touch Darklings a little more, but yeah, it looks like you're safely gonna get to just crush us with Team Darklings.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean, I think they're fine at this price, but I wouldn't really pay much more. So
I'm just not seeing like 15 PP difference between the Dwarves and Darklings. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't.
Yeah, they're probably about even at this.
I think it's about even as well. I mean, that's why I jumped to Fakirs. Yeah.
But witches, god damn it. Fine. Okay, let's try.
All right, exciting. So you think dwarves are better than Fakirs here?
I wanted to end up with Fakirs in this game a lot. That's unfortunate.
Oh, I have no question that dwarves are better than Fakirs here.
Well, all right, I look forward to that.
I'll regret that, but it's okay. It happens, right?
Oh my gosh, there might be a bigger Leech Party over here than I even expected. Or not. Darklings eschew this hex.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Darklings are gonna get shipping and block.
You'll join me. You don't want to all be scrunched over there.
Wow.
Wow. That's really bad for me then.
It's
I think I way overpaid for witches.
Yeah, you overpaid for witches like a shitload. And I'm gonna, be a friend to you and give you a leech.
I don't think you necessarily overpaid for witches that much, Eric. Like, you're gonna get double dig probably because you're probably getting worker 3 power, and then you just ship in round 2. Like, how is that? I think you're still in a fine spot.
I think opening trading post 5 dwellings is much better than temple 3 dwellings here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
an opinion.
That's fair. So, Ghostly, it is an interesting tactic that the Jordan just started with no neighbors, but he was really, I think, relying on witches to join him here. But yeah, it is an interesting...
You guys are joining me. Come on, you don't want to be all over there.
It was
pretty safe.
It was pretty safe, but it was a slight gamble that he wouldn't get neighbor. But Darklings are taking temp ship, and they do. Yeah, I was about to say that was the chat. That wasn't actually a wonder. When he starts here and here, he's taking temp ship. Like,
I don't
I
think
did
I
it
like
for
that,
the good of
honestly.
the group, so that witches wouldn't get too strong an opening.
But I think the thing with auction is, so dwarves started at 30 and they got a spade now. Witches started 11 points down and they just got a worse opening than what we were bidding on them for. So I think if we were all starting at the same victory points, yeah, that opening makes sense. But I just don't think that when dwarves have 11 points on witches that you want to just so dramatically
I'm
bias
still
the
not
game in their
afraid
favor.
of dwarves. We can easily stop them from connecting. We can limit their point totals if they get too promising. We can police
That's
the
true.
dwarves.
It's very easy to stop my connection.
Yeah, I mean,
I can
honestly,
see that.
dwarves are taking some risks starting where they are rather than on the other side of yellow, or rather than on D1 at the corner spot, or over next to me up north. So not all of those hexes are guaranteed.
all right, Logus, what's it gonna be? Sure, Danny.
No, I'm gonna get more reach on the 8. Because these guys are gonna. One of them is hitting F7 100%.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I probably should have upgraded over here too. I'm probably gonna come to regret that life choice, but oh well. Hmm. Is this an Earth 1 rush game? Are we all just taking Earth 1 here? And if I do anything else, I'm giving up on it?
I think we're all pretty indifferent to Earth 1 in that it's roughly as good as the other things we might do if we don't get it.
Yeah.
I agree on that, but the question is anybody actually going to do any other action before taking Earth 1 here? And I don't actually have an answer to that.
I think witches or me.
Why don't you find out?
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth me gambling on it.
But I could go for double spade, and witches will definitely go for double spade because it's a bit better.
Oh yeah, well, but only because I gave you power though, right? Like otherwise, witches can upgrade. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like if I took the priest power action there, I think it might go Earth 1, Earth 1, Earth 1, and then I mean I could take Air 2, but I think I want to be boring this game, so.
Yeah, I don't want to give witches Earth 1, so.
I think I'm pretty okay with not getting Earth 1.
Yeah.
Well, you better be. Alright, it looks like I probably should single dig, even though, you know, it's not a power action I'm a fan of.
Thank you, Rainier.
Not
Really
in
appreciate
love with
it.
that. Really not in love with that.
You're welcome.
Best buds. Oh, who took that from me? How dare you?
Well, we don't want you to get ahead or anything, right?
Very
That's not the aim
aggressive.
here.
No one needs those 2 spades. Or 2 workers. Who took it?
Dwarves took it. They're gonna tunnel.
That's silly. That's a silly decision at the moment. I mean, I'm just gonna do something different instead.
Alright, it's okay. I'm not blocking you. I'm just getting an extra dwelling down. How is that bad?
would it be of me to hard dig that hex?
Yeah, you better hard dig that hex.
Oh boy. I look forward to the nonsense that's gonna go on here.
Yeah, we are both
So it is
contesting
nonsense.
F6 for the viewers. I'm basically trying to contest F6 because it makes Witch's connection a lot harder and it makes my connection maybe a lot easier.
I don't think you actually need it for your
I think it's
connection.
actually
Yeah,
it's a good
it's-
decision considering you were trying to get a head start on connecting. That makes sense to me.
To hard dig that? Are you telling me that's a good idea? I don't think it is.
I don't think you should hard dig it. I do think Logos taking the workers is fairly reasonable.
It was double purpose, right? It was to get
Yeah.
an extra drawing down, and it was block Darklings and make actually three purpose.
It did
also
hurt.
makes Witch's connection a bit harder because then now they have to touch I6 to connect.
Yeah.
Or they can hard dig. They can
So-
always hard dig.
I
Honestly,
mean,
you'd be in a commanding board position, Green, to hard dig there.
It would.
yeah, but it's not.
It would.
You-
It would be a really.
You'd own the whole center.
It would be an interesting effect on the map, but I'm not convinced it's good either. But it is interesting.
The
Yeah,
It's a
alternative
dwelling
is building
rush.
a temple.
I mean,
I mean, a
the-
temple's
He's already
probably the right
missed
thing.
out
yeah,
on
the
Mark
payoff,
1.
the payoff for the tempo is a bit better, but yeah, you're risking your connection, right? It might be tricky to connect.
If I was Green,
If
I
I'm-
definitely
if I'm-
would dig it here.
Really? And what you would
Yes, I would.
convert? You would convert 3 power to a worker to build the dwelling?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I don't think it's that wrong, but
Yeah, I don't think it's that wrong either. But it's not like I get really hurt by that, right? I'll just tunnel somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, dwarves don't really lack tunnels to do here.
yeah, you have enough tunnels, so.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, it saves me a bridge later. I can now make a really nice sanctuary town right up in there. My
Yeah.
connection is insured. Does seem. I mean, a downside is that if I don't, well, no, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
All right, look at that, folks. We have a hard dig in round 1. Oh boy, what a start to a game here.
An investment.
I haven't played
location.
Mystica in like 4 days, and this is what I do.
It's a big investment, but I don't think it's that wrong, so it's fun.
No, I don't think so.
It's not that wrong.
I think I still would have gone Temple, but I mean, it was a close decision actually. It's interesting. I mean, I already made a mistake this game. If I just upgraded in the right spot, I'd have so much more leech. But I hoped to induce people to give a leech party elsewhere, and it failed. So this is all right.
Yeah, I mean, that was your central position, right? Witches got the best deal there with the leech.
Yeah.
But I thought that they had enough of a bad position or that I could hurt them that it was okay to give them leech. No, I got a bit hurt, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure about my tunnel. I think my tunnel was a bit wrong, but we'll see.
Oh, to go for that tunnel?
Yeah, I think that tunnel was wrong. Now that I think a bit more about it, because maybe it was more interesting to double dig D4 to spread out the town bordering Fakirs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can still make a town with D5 and D6, a sanctuary town. But we'll see. Because I expect you to go to C7. The reason for C6 here is that I expect more leech there from Darkness and Fakirs. Especially because you want to hop to C7. So we will also go D5 now, probably.
Oh, that makes sense,
yeah. And now we have Darklings, with the Breeze.
So the thing that this did for me is it put me in that I didn't realize till afterwards is that I'm in a really awkward position where I don't have a priest now, and so I can't advance my shipping next round.
Yeah, you need a power action.
That's what I wasn't thinking about.
Oh,
For some reason, I thought I was going to have more power.
Yeah.
And so not having a priest event shipping, that makes it pretty bad to not get a couple more dwellings out. Which was kind of the whole point of, like, you know, of having not having Earth 1 was okay because I was going to get a bunch of dwellings out, but if I can't get a priest.
Yeah, that's an interesting argument for just building the temple, because then you do have the priest production. Yeah. I have a tough decision at the start of this round if I'm actually setting my priest to fire. I'm not going to get a lot of dwelling. Like, I probably should just do the flight, but I did muck this game up by not giving myself enough. If I just put my temple in the right spot, I have enough extra leech to really fuel this game more than where I'm currently at. But oh well, I did things.
I think you'll continue to get leech from there.
I'll continue to get some stuff this game. It's gonna be okay. It is a little slower than I expected it to be, but
What did okay, Saint Priest?
Why were Fakirs deemed so scary that they had to have the unique disadvantage of starting with 5 power rather than 7 or 9?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the question
yeah.
I ask myself every day.
yeah, nobody knows
No
the
one
answer to
knows.
that. I
Yeah.
really think if you just changed the Fakir stronghold to like 8 coins and then gave them like reasonable starting power, they'd be so close to an actually like okay faction, but
Played
Fine, when you
an
bend
arena
over
game the
backwards
other
to help
day.
them, then they're fine.
I played an arena game the other day with some random player who I'd never played with before, who amassed an amazing amount of workers and priests with fakirs, and then was complaining in chat like, "Wait, why can I only upgrade my digging once?"
yeah.
Like, I have a feeling something like that happened in playtesting, and
All right, converted a lot of power to workers here.
Indeed.
He converted 1 priest to a worker, but he took a priest power action. So I mean, he spent 6 power for his 2 workers instead of 4. Is essentially what happened here. But it still looks fine.
It's an investment
It
in the future.
I feel like, okay, I'm gonna go back though to, like, if Darklings had just started where we expected, over here
A
by
G5.
the Fakir's temple,
Don't
Yeah,
tell me
instead
what
of
to
just
do,
taking the
alright?
spade. I'm just curious. So if you had done that and you take the workers with your first action,
Alright, so the spade
get-
tile is
you-
open. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what the world is telling me?
That is open. You could take the spade tile, the trading
Oh,
post
yeah.
tile, or the dwelling scoring tile.
Don't. I'll take the spade tile.
That's fair. All right. All right, screw it. I'll send a priest to fire and regret it later. I do agree with you, Eric, that it is really interesting how different this game would be if Darklings had joined us over here on the West Island, but I don't think what they're doing is that bad for them by any means. I'm definitely sad about it because I did imagine a massive leech party in the West potentially, but oh well.
But my only point with it is that I think Darklings could have gotten out the same amount of stuff, just like more efficiently, without the shipping.
I think where I'm getting about the same amount of stuff in my game in my engine, but you guys are a little bit weaker than you would be if I started where it was convenient for me to start, but I went my own way a little bit. I think I'm in a slightly better position.
I'm worried about Fakir, honestly. I don't think you should have gone for the single spade. It was better to wait to get a spade and priest to c7, c8. Don't you think? Ryan?
Sorry, what?
Wasn't it better to hold your power for possibly a double spade this round, or at least a spade to c7, where you could then
So
get c8?
holding the power for spade to c7 is certainly reasonable. See, I had calced thing. So I don't actually think I was getting double dig. But maybe. But I did expect you to dig this, X.
I consider it heavily, but it felt it
I
felt
mean,
like I was getting a leash.
ultimately, I've actually mucked my game up a lot by not starting. Like, if I just upgrade where I'm supposed to and get all this leech in round one, I'm obviously so much better off. But I've really mucked myself up by having way less power than I expected, and it's really causing issues. Um, I also did expect upgrades to all happen in the west. So yeah, I think that was my big issue. I didn't accept the fact that dark lanes weren't over here and that you guys would prefer to upgrade in the east. But yeah, it's really a huge problem because yeah, I don't have good options now. But oh well.
Believe in you.
Oh, we'll make stuff happen, but it's definitely slower than I wanted to be.
Oh, I see. You're going for the temple. Okay.
I think the only option here is to just go Temple Earth 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, Earth 2? Huh.
I think Earth 2. Yeah. What? I could take Air 2, but I think Earth 2 is the play. I'll get enough power to take like one more spade soon enough. Or I'll finally get to pass for the spade tile, maybe. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't totally know what Dark Lanes are up to this round, but I'm hoping that maybe I get their spade tile. Although, actually, now that I paid attention, Dark Lanes, did you mean... Oh yeah, you did mean to use your dig there. You're gonna do that. Okay.
What am I gonna do?
I was confused where your other spade was gonna go, but it's gonna go bottom right on that brown, presumably. But you still have your spade tile to use, so...
Yeah, it's gonna go. Let's see. How do I use it?
Oh, I also have tons of power coming in from the cult event. That's right. That was the whole point of some of this. Yeah, things are gonna be okay. It's ugly. I'm not building dwellings in the dwelling round, but meh. Oh hey, and Logos is gonna be a slight friend.
Indeed. Here for friendship.
Hello, friend. All right, Darklings. You're, I started like 15 points ahead of you. Why are you now only 2 points behind me? What happened?
Darklings are good at scoring points.
Darn it.
I heard that. It's true.
That's one of their strengths.
That's really unfortunate. I would prefer you to stop scoring points. See, look at that, Eric. You still get your priest. You still get the ship.
Yeah, it's okay.
You are fine.
What favorite tile did you take? I missed it. You took air too still. Fun. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was really debating
You
different things.
you think you can get Water 1 Sanctuary in round 4, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Water 1 Sanctuary. I was debating Fire 1 also, but I kind of wanted the 2 power from this to avoid from Air 2, like right now, to avoid burning down.
Yep.
And then, I think my path this game is going to be to like win Air Cult, win Connection, and then try to form a third town somewhere. Maybe I don't even know where I'm going to get a third town, but yeah. So I ended up with Air 2 just because it was short term helpful and helps me win Air Cult.
All right. Another downside to this game is, as Fakirs, you always hope to be able to pass on to the spade tile at some points, but that sucker's not breaking well for us yet either.
Oh, just grab a power action. Maybe it does. Who knows?
Nah, that's fine. We just keep passing for coins over here
Yeah,
in Team Fakir land.
Yeah, I really wanted that pass tire, right? I'm the guy who got the most dwellings out.
I mean, the weird thing is I might leave it to you. It's awkward, right?
Really?
Well, the thing is, like, I really need workers. So if I want to build 3 dwellings next round, I could take this tile and get 1 more dwelling out, which seems pretty big. Or I could take a tile that comes with 2 extra coins and probably only 3 points for myself. Is two extra coins and 3 points worth as much as just getting another dwelling out next round?
I don't know.
I don't know the answer. I agree. It's actually a really tricky decision here.
I think it's still early, so you want better economy. I think you want the extra dwelling down.
I think I want the
I'm
extra.
biased. I'm biased,
I know you're
but
biased, but I mean I think that's where I was leading. I think I take the stupid trading post tile just so I have an extra worker and can build 3 dwellings. I think I need workers so bad to start snowballing, and my game looks pretty good. I think if I get 3, like, I think it's still fine if I get a bunch of dwellings out next round. But so yeah, I don't think I need to worry about scoring as much as I need to worry about my economy. So yeah, I think you still get what you want.
Dang. That was the one that I was. So I really wanted that tile going into this round, but I ended up taking because I didn't have the priest. I needed to take the 4 coins in the cult step to like step myself up to get enough power to ensure that I could get the priest, even if I didn't get leech.
Yeah. And okay.
Um,
Yeah. In response to the chat, sorry, I do have 3 worker income. So I was saying the numbers wrong. I could end the round with 4 dwellings, but now I can end it with 5 because I'm opening next round with double dig. And then I can get 4 dwellings out. So I'll end next round with 5 dwellings instead of 4 because of taking this tile. But it would have been a 4-point tile, so maybe that did change the math. I don't know, but oh well. And yes, chat, I forgot forgetting the fire cult bonus is a time-honored tradition, and I do it approximately 50% of the times as well. But
Sorry, it's taking me a moment. I don't know what I want to do next round.
I was gonna say, how can this not just be 6 coins for you though, Series? Like, you have so much workers. Okay, it is. Yeah, it's like, it has to be
It
coins.
is, but it's close.
Really? Okay, interesting.
I mean, I could have just taken the 7 coins power action and messed up someone's day.
Look, a friend.
Yeah, maybe you should have just taken 7 coins right there, huh? Can I accept this power? Oh yeah, I can. Sweet. All right. More friendship. All right. I have to open double dig here. That's the whole point of the plan. There you are, friend.
Thanks, friend.
Welcome.
yeah, this is pretty sweet actually. As an uncontested sanctuary town, like you just didn't have to rush to claim any of these hexes.
Well, and so that's part of why I kind of liked Fakir's here is like you tend to get actually pretty decent town locations. I was pretty convinced this game I could have 2 relatively easy towns. I mean, this one requires 2 digs and a bridge. This one requires
Yeah.
2 digs, but that's just not that bad.
Yeah, these 2 towns are
Yeah.
very common for Fjords in Fjords.
And I also didn't have to worry about my connection, right? Like I'm always getting connected this game without too much issue. Like,
Yeah.
and that's part of why like this map is probably the best map for Fakirs. I mean, Fire and Ice is quite good too, right? But they're about equal in that Fakirs are actually like average factions on these maps at least.
Oh, I thought Darkness would go for coins, but yeah, guess you want the points. Do you burn down now, Eric? Yes, no? Yes, yeah, you don't have to. No one's really threatening
Yeah, I
it.
can just do this.
I should lock this up though before something weird happens.
Someone has ideas, right?
Yeah, I don't think
People and
any of
their
the...
dangerous ideas.
I watched Eric hard dig once in round 3. Maybe he would hard dig 3 times in round 3. Like, I don't know.
I mean, so I got a bunch of workers and a spade. I'm
Yeah.
taking suggestions on where I should dig.
I mean, I legitimately don't actually know where your towns are quite forming yet. But that's a you problem.
I've probably got 2 in here somewhere. Is my assumption.
I'm pretty.
3. That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah, getting the coins this round's pretty nice though. That looks good. Ooh, Darklings are shipping in order to get somewhere. Okay. These are big plans. The lane, the Sanctuary to round 4 is fun too.
I'm debating this red hex right above the Fakir's Western Temple. Is that crazy of me? Oh, well, first I take coins. That's an easy one.
There you go. Yeah.
Almost forgot about that.
Would Darklings hit this yellow hex? I think
Yeah, I
not.
mean,
I don't think that's his goal, but I don't think I need to trust him, so we'll just take it.
yeah, don't trust him. Give him leech.
Yep, I'm just here for you, Locus. That's all.
Thanks, friend.
You're getting a nice amount of tunnels in here too, and yeah, you basically have your connection here. Depends on.
Yeah, I have 3 hexes. I mean, Eric can still threaten all of them.
Yeah.
So because he got the golden shipping. But
All right, and that's what I assume Darklings are going there.
one of them is gone. He's probably hitting E4 as well. We'll see if it.
He doesn't have more spades currently, but yeah.
I'm still not comfortable. I mean, he has enough. He doesn't have Sanctuary, so
Yeah.
I might be able to get it.
I mean, I'm assuming Darklings are aiming for a Sanctuary next round, is the theory. But we'll see.
I'm still not sure where I'm trying to go.
I don't blame you. You're still kind of flexible on your second town, and if you're going 3 towns, it's still uncertain. Stronghold
Yeah, I'm gonna
witches.
keep my flexibility. I
Okay.
like this.
I was gonna say strongholds
This
are
seems
pretty good on this map, but I don't see options for that. So.
No.
I think since we're being transparent with our plans here, I think next round I build a sanctuary and advance my digging if possible. I think I'm gonna need to dig.
It's a sanctuary party. Round 4. Be there.
Yeah, yeah. I might not be there. We'll see. I don't know yet. I have gotten way less leech this game than I thought, given that I was kind of centrally located. I mean, I still put that opening temple in the wrong spot, but I've still had way less like activity around everything than I was expecting. The trading post round, I will get an insane amount of leech, but that's way too late. That's round 5. Like, I would like it sooner.
I could do more digs now and get points for them. But I think
As I say, if you're advancing dig,
I just need to pass.
Yeah, I suspect you're passing, which makes me a little sad because I'm guessing you're taking coins, and I continue to need coins.
Do I want 6 coins or do I want the coins power action?
Oh, yeah, weird. Darklings can't take it. I see. Another great question for you to figure out the answer to.
I do need workers though too as part of it if I'm gonna advance digging. And build trading posts. Oh my god, I have so much I need to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the coins are more relevant. Because you already got the shitload
The 6
of
coins?
Well,
yeah.
but his point is correct that if he's planning to advance dig, the coin's power action's very valuable too. So if a coin and 3 power gets him a coin's power action plus a worker, is that better than 6 coins? And I think it's pretty equivalent.
I think it is.
Maybe.
I think I need the worker.
Interesting, but now you leave me a real choice because like a spade is still good for me, but is it
Yeah.
actually better than 6 coins here? And the answer is probably not. I need to just keep passing for lots of coins. I could hard dig at this point now. We fixed our economy issues kinda here.
Logos gets 64 points.
Oh wait, yeah, you had air too. Why didn't you just take the coins and take the coins power action? That's what Danny B's pointing out in the chat.
Oh,
I
I mean, I would have had to burn down.
I mean, but if
Because
you're
then advanced digging-
if the plan is advanced digging, you're never gonna need 6 power tokens. I mean, I guess it makes your air 2
Yeah.
less flexible. Like,
Yeah, I just don't like burning down when there's 2 power bonus tiles in the game. I have R2. I'm gonna build a bunch of trading posts next round. Like
okay,
keeping
that's fair.
power tokens seemed good, and this also came with a worker.
All right,
Which
there's
I think I need.
I love Darklings at 14 workers, Witches at 15 workers. You guys are doing well.
champs.
Most workers wins, right? We're playing bar rules.
Something like that.
It's...
Oh, so I don't get water one. Thanks, friends.
Well, Eric said he was taking the coins, so then you will get water
He
one.
doesn't have to, right? Unless Dark, yeah, maybe Darkness gets the coins if he doesn't. We'll see. But as witches, I think I would prioritize
I need water one too badly.
Yeah, I would prioritize water one. He needs the scoring.
I agree. I would prioritize water one, but he's not gonna get the coins power action now. I mean, like you're gonna just get it now. Like.
Yeah. Especially because you are also gonna give me power, right?
I'm also gonna take water one. I'm a chump like that. Yeah.
Yeah, chumps. Freaking chumps.
I should have prioritized that. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that there was gonna be the rush when I.
Yeah, I didn't think about the rush either, but yeah, it turns out you should have just taken coins.
I was hoping the coins would end up on my lap. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So chat is pointing out beautiful dwarves game, and it's not Halai crowing about it yet. But yeah, you're already at 70. You're already at 71 points. You have an insane economy. It does look like Halai was correct that dwarves are probably just gonna win this game, but.
I don't know.
I was a little bit economy poor, which is part of what happened when I opened the way I did. But I wasn't able to stop this connection here. I should have, maybe, if in an ideal world, have enough resources to fuck around with the dwarves, but I don't.
Yeah, no, I mean you can't, and look, that's fine. Like I don't. I mean, I agree with Logus too. It's not like 100% that he's won yet, but it does look promising. Ooh, fancy.
What the fuck?
Very fancy.
I'm sorry. I cannot agree with that move.
I can't. I agree.
You don't have to agree with it.
You spent so many coins to achieve that. That can't be right.
I mean, how are you gonna get coins to upgrade the trading posts?
Don't worry about me. Worry about you.
Coin towns. Coin towns are the answer, I guess.
Okay.
I don't understand Logus either. I agree. That was a very surprising move, I think. But
I'm not sure. I mean,
well, that
I'm
was
just
really
trying
early.
things. You know, come on.
Okay, yeah, that was really early. God damn it, Eric.
I was doing that if he didn't, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's what I figured, and I gotta get the coins now. I gotta make up for my mistake last round.
But now the question is that trading post tile still, or is the dwelling tile still enough to entice me to pass? And I think the answer to that's probably no.
Well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you can have a pastelle and skip your spade. That's fine.
No, I know. I'm not gonna skip my speed. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, I guess Darklings get it now then, or maybe they take their cult step. I don't know what's gonna happen. Whatever, we'll see. All right,
Yep,
he
it's gone.
does. Yeah, it's a bit sad, but it's not. It's not that bad. I have lots of ways to make points still here too. Nobody is contesting cults very much this game, which I mean, I guess with yeah, with
I'm about to grab Fire Chew for the Chokis.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was about to say, given that there are Fakires and Darklings in the game, I mean, it was always going to be pretty cult open, I guess, for dwarves or witches. So you're going to get to play fairly culty dwarves as well, which should do you very well.
Yeah, I just prioritized the other building order, right? Create the trading post and dig before now, just so I can secure my connection. I think that's the most relevant thing after I lost Water 1,
Yep,
because I have to compensate for those points.
yep, that
I,
all
I
makes
also
sense.
considered Air 1 actually instead of Fire 2, because I'm not gonna get 3 towns, so I think Air 1 might just be better, but the Fire 2 is because it's an extra worker. Eh,
Well, you don't have to take fire two to get the first town, like, or you could just wait till next round, build your trading post, and still beat us all to a town, right? Like all of us have passed now. None of us are one step away from a town. So if you're willing to first move trading post, you can guarantee yourself the two key towns still. I mean, I guess it gets you one
but
less
then
worker then.
it's, yeah, it's not as good.
Oh, and if you're taking fire two, I see fire two comes with a worker right now too.
Yeah, Fire 2 comes with a worker.
Yeah, fun.
And there might be a third town. Maybe. It would be expensive. I would have to advance stakes as well. But maybe it's there. We'll try.
Jordan, we have some people in chat cheering for you because they want to see just how much elo you would steal from us.
Well, the needle must flow.
That would be he might he might he might become like a 400 level player if he beat us. That's probably a bit too much. I'm not sure, but he has
I've
not.
only played like 3 or 4 Terra Mystica games on BGA.
That's what I mean. Your
Yeah.
rating would move very rapidly, and you are facing some of the highest rated players on the site. So win would it would move you a lot. I just don't know how much a lot is.
I mean, let's be honest, I'm not going to win this game. I'm not playing very well, but it's fun, and that's what matters, right?
It's fun. You've done some things. I do think. I honestly, I don't actually think much of what you've done's been that wrong, except for that using your coins for a double dig as Darklings, I think is so rough there. Like, I get why you wanted that hex, but like, ugh, I think it's pretty killer.
We'll see.
Hey, you've got points, and I still haven't figured out where those are coming from yet.
Yeah, I mean, Logus is at 80. I'm at 62. You're only at 28, Eric. That part seems a bit rough too, but we'll see.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I don't actually think you're gonna get there, but
Damn.
I think Logus has probably won this game. I maybe have an outside shot, but I don't think so. I think Logus is gonna win this one by a good margin.
Oh, I just meant I'd get to Jordan's.
Oh, I
I
see.
think I can beat Darklings here.
Yes, yeah, that's probably true.
Leech.
Yeah, somehow I thought I was gonna be the guy in the center of the map getting like all the leech, and it turns out it's just you. I feel like I've just given you leech all game, and I've again. I mean, partly if my temple was just in the right spot, that would help. But oh well. There we go, though. All
Let's
right.
see. I'm a friend.
As I said a while back, round 5 was going to be my time to get all the leech. Everybody's going to make trading posts, and I'm going to cash in all over.
So is there about to be some bridge pressure this game? Darklings still look like they want 1 or 2 bridges. Fakirs want 1. I guess dwarves don't need 1 anymore.
There's possibly some bridge pressure, yeah. I don't think that's wrong. But we'll see.
How much of a dream do I have of getting 3 towns?
So not getting the stronghold on this map is definitely a bit of a bummer in terms of getting to those other towns. Because obviously, like, leveraging this little town space up here is sweet, but the fact that you lost this screen and this screen means that you just can't get over here without giving up network now.
I mean,
so
I've got the workers to dig.
that's
You
the
were playing
thing.
against like alchemists or cultists, and they could get over there, and then it's a great little late town.
Yeah, but
I'm a very tight, lean darklings, living hand to mouth.
that's true.
What was the thought behind that red that you triple dug last turn?
I'm not going to be able to make network anymore the other way. I mean, someone could easily disrupt it if I was in the position to maybe win or take second or whatever.
That's his connection
so
hex.
I'm going to get the network, and then we're going to see if we can make an investment in getting network. But they're getting 12 points off network. But I feel like it was just simpler to get it all out of the way.
Okay. It doesn't seem like, I think you might get 0 points in network even if you connect.
I'm putting myself in the position where I can go in that direction if it is worth 6 or 9 points. And honestly, I'm just turning points. I'm just turning coins and workers into points via the victory point favors at this point. That's mostly how I'm scoring points.
And that pastel that I maybe was supposed to take. I'm still not sure on that front. So, Ghostly, does the Darkling Sanctuary make a town? I mean, the goal has to be to get a bridge to the Green Hex and make a town, but do the Darklings achieve that? That's anyone's guess currently, yeah. But he gets the Hex. Step 1 is achieved. I'm just up here trying to spam some carpet flights.
There's that maybe town.
Yeah, it's maybe.
I was about to say, it doesn't require another double dig.
It does.
Okay, alright, just to be clear.
Is it worth it? Probably not. It's just probably better to just tunnel with that.
I would agree.
Yeah, I feel like third town's usually wrong for dwarves because you usually can get more by just focusing on tunneling, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know either.
Towns are fun. That's he does take my bridge. All right.
Yeah, I gave him the power for that.
Yeah, that was rude of you.
But I have been such a friend the entire game.
I mean, that part's true, but
Thanks, friend.
I've also been a friend, yeah. Let's not forget our contributions over here.
By the way, when I bid 15 for Darklings, I'm like, okay, this is the last one. I have no interest in playing Darklings. I'm just going to bid them up so someone doesn't get a good price. And then I'm going to play Fakirs because I wanted to play Fakirs because I love playing Fakirs because we bent over backwards to make this map good for Fakirs.
Well, mistakes were made.
Welcome to Austin.
Yep, welcome to that's you've perfectly described a feeling all of us have gone through multiple times. Of yeah, it's just like I gotta bid this faction, and then I'll jump to this one and get a good price, and then yeah, some asshole named Ryan all of a sudden is on Fakirs, and we're stuck with Darklings, and then it all goes to hell.
And then you lose by the amount you overbid.
Yeah, that can happen. That's and then just everything feels awful, but. Okay, dwelling tile? No, not time at all. Somebody else can get past tiles. I still have things to do. Yeah, Shlogus, I'm just looking at your economy again now because I haven't really been paying attention to your board, and yeah, you have 7 workers and 7 coins left, and you've pretty much built all your trading posts and dwellings still. Like, yikes.
It's fine.
It's a concern.
All right. Well, I am perfectly happy with taking points because I need those.
Yeah, I was questioning. I wanted I wanted to pass, but I look at the cold spade I was going to get, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not at H3 yet. I wanted to take I2 with the cold spade, and I was, yep, mistakes were made. Should have been a bit faster. Yeah, but now Ryan. I will pass for that as soon as I can.
Yeah,
I'm clicking on it.
That's the awkward part. Like I want to build another trading post and dwelling, although I can't really actually do both those things. I'm giving up 3 points plus some good coin and power income if I would just build a trading post here, which I want to, but I probably am supposed to take that pastile. But if I'm building a temple, that pastile's like 4 to 6 points. Yeah.
Ugh, indeed.
The spade is actually probably worth about as much to me because I could just do another flight and spam spade.
That's actually a good point. Which is worth because the spade might pretty much ensure my third town. That could be up to 8 points, which is about the same. But then I get the town resources, so I think I'm actually fine with both.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of us are probably slightly happier with the trading post tile, but I also think both of us don't care that deeply.
Yeah, because the trading post actually gives me a lot, right? It's 3 coin power, and it's clean because I don't have the last dwelling. Like, so it's clean income and 3 points as well. So I'm pretty sure I should do the last trading post.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure on that front though, because like if I give you an opportunity here, like I agree. I don't really know what the right play for you is.
You were mentioning that I was high on score, but you were already at 86. You passed me.
I'm gonna pass you here. I'm doing pretty well actually still, the more I look at it. I mean, I think you still have more cults and network than I do, and I think you still have a good number of tunnels. Like I think you're still winning this fairly cleanly, but I'm in it. I'm also debating what towns I want, but given that nobody's playing a very culty game, I think I'm supposed to. Well, I gotta take a range town, right? One of them has to be range. So the question is there actually any pressure on those?
What do you mean one of them? You think you're getting 2 towns?
Well,
Yeah,
I was about to say, are you bridge blocking me? I mean, that's the thing. I don't know the answer to that either.
Probably not.
My read was that nobody's actually gonna bridge block me. Although I guess the biggest threat is Logus might just bridge block me, huh?
Yeah, I would definitely bridge
So
block you
maybe
if I could
maybe
catch
I
first.
am supposed to pass here because otherwise Logus is gonna bridge block me.
Yeah, I would bridge block you.
Yeah, you would. The more I'm thinking about it, actually, I think I have to pass. Like, I don't think the other two guys are gonna bridge block me. Darklings need the coins too badly, or can he even take them? Oh yeah, he
He
can.
can't right now.
He can,
Wait,
can't he?
if Logus gives him 1 power, he can.
Okay.
All right. Let's keep power to the darkness.
I don't think you're gonna bridge block me, but I think I probably should pass though, because Logus 100% will bridge block me. I'm his only real competition, I think. So maybe Witches still eke out 3 towns that I'm not seeing, but
I kind of doubt it.
You see how many workers I have?
he does have a lot of workers, but I don't
You gonna
know.
upgrade digging?
He is.
I think unless people do some crazy stuff to block me, I'm slapping my money down on the table and saying I'm getting 3 towns.
I think he is getting 3 towns now that I'm looking. Yeah, I think he will. Huh, so maybe he is still in this too.
Yeah.
Oh,
fine.
God, I'm gonna time out. All right, well, I should pass and just finally settle in on this.
All right, Darklings. I'm gonna be even nice with you. I see your power situation. You only need 1 power.
Wait, you're being nice to me, you say?
He's gonna give you
Yeah.
power. He's not even gonna make you pay for
1
it.
power?
He's just giving it to you. Yeah, he could have given you 2 for 1, but he's just gifting it to you.
Wow. Logus is too
Such a
nice.
friend. Yeah,
I'm not
such a
sure
friend.
why I really need that, but all right.
The coins power
Yeah,
action?
yeah. You don't want the coins power action.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
Terrible
like,
power
well,
action, terrible conversion.
We've come around on the coins power action. It's bad now.
It's for noobs.
Well, I've heard some bullshit before, but that one wins.
Yeah, that was a good attempt.
Because you're upgrading and
That was a really
bridge.
tough decision. I'm really not sure I was supposed to pass these or not or what. This was Oh, I forgot that you had 2 more spades coming to you, Eric. Yeah, you'll 3 town.
Seems pretty reasonable.
It does. I don't like that you're going to. It's not a fan of it. Oh, great. Now you're
Yeah, I
gonna.
probably should have passed for the dwelling pass tile there. I think it was a mistake not to. I could just use the single spade on A4 and make the town there.
Oh, yeah, you can, and then.
Yeah, it was a mistake. It was probably a mistake.
And then you would have a pass tile, and then on top of it, you also could bridge block me with your first move.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that
thought we
would have
talked
been
about this.
pretty nasty.
The coin.
Hey, look, Eric, you have an opportunity now. Now you can bridge block. No, you should have bridge block.
That would have been nice. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't, but. uh, in the chat, Falco is suggesting that yeah, single dig is twice as good as the coins. So he was joining us in our trying to convince people, but
I agree with this.
Dark
If Ondas
Leads-
were here, he'd back me up.
Darklings just took coins. Yep, look at that. Ah, classic Darklings, just taking the priest town. Good times.
to say no to 11 points and a spade.
Yeah. All right. I was concerned there was also Fire 2 pressure this game, and it appears to be what's happening.
Yeah, that was definitely on my mind.
It was on my mind too, in the back of my mind. But we had to secure the bridge first, so this is all right. We'll survive. Not well, but we'll survive.
Some points now.
I was gonna say we're definitely not contesting Logos, and well, Eric probably is actually still beating us if you think you can still build these two towns. Which, the more I'm looking at your resources, the less convinced I am you're actually achieving this. But
Oh, it's gonna. Am I crazy here?
I mean, you barely can afford the advanced digs, but
I already have 1 dig advance.
oh, do you? Oh, whoops. Oh, never mind. Okay, that makes a world of difference.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm like, I think I might have too much.
No, yeah, you totally. Yeah, you have a lot here then. Actually, yeah, you still have plenty of play.
Yeah, even debating it, I'm not sure if I needed Fire 2. It seemed relatively safe to take, and I didn't want to spend a bunch of time calculating it out. But I think there was a chance I didn't need it.
So question,
I would have preferred.
am I supposed to take dwelling in one of the reds and a trading post and finish my town and get some coins and maybe be pretty close to building a dwelling or another trading post, whatever, eking out some points? Or do I build a temple here for the priests?
Build the stronghold, you mean? Sorry, you said temple.
Or rather, yes, the stronghold.
I mean, stronghold's fun. I don't know if it's right.
Saves a priest, which is worth 2 points, and I can spend eking out a dwelling. I don't know. We'll just do this. Go with plan A, build a last temple and favor 12.
Yeah, Team Fakir's here is not actually sure how we're playing the end of the game yet, so.
My plan's been going right on schedule of limping into 120 points in last place.
I mean, I'm not that far ahead anymore, because not completely building stuff out last round and letting you beat me to the bridge was probably wrong. I got greedy. I should have just taken the bridge last round probably, but I wanted to get extra flights in. But Danny B, that's the plan. Don't be kidding here, buddy. I'm pretty sure the plan is to build a stronghold. I think that's the life. I mean, the alternative is just build a temple and an expensive trading post, but like at that point we could just build a stronghold. Like, I don't know. I guess we have to build an expensive trading post probably either way, because Logos will be an absolute jerk and not come to this gray hex. So
Gray hex? What gray hex? I don't see any gray hex.
I was gonna say you have too many gray hexes. That's the goddamn problem. Like, you don't need to come to this one. You've decided not to tunnel and you carved out town space.
I tunneled plenty in the beginning of the game.
No, it's true.
Like, so much that I don't have structures to tunnel efficiently.
Yeah. Yeah. God, this is all sorts of ugly all over the place. Well, I guess, you know what, regardless, both plans involve building this and taking a coin town. So let's suck it up and do that.
I'm pretty sure the stronghold is. I mean, the stronghold can't be good. It just can't.
Out of curiosity, why
I mean,
not? I mean, like, I guess the temple.
Oh, right, you got Yeah, I forgot. Now you already have the 4 trading posts now.
Yeah, like I could temple and trading post, but like, yeah, like,
Ugh, yuck.
yeah.
And I mean, the upside of the stronghold is you can take a high point town then.
Well, I mean, I can't really. Well, part of the I mean, ultimately, my game plan is falling short because like I should be able to build these 4 dwellings here at the end in order to at least get down to 3 structures and have a good network score. But I probably can't do that anymore. I actually maybe I was supposed to give up this town. That maybe was the play. I just take a range town there and just build the dwellings. I don't know. Nah, whatever. With that said, the more I keep looking at it, like I probably should just I don't know actually. It's a mess, but I actually don't think the paths are that different. I have lots of middling options is what it comes down to. Yeah, I should have just given up this town is what I think it comes down to. I think I should have just skipped this bridge even, but I didn't.
Maybe.
My more intense days when we had play by email and we had plenty of time to think our moves, I would determine if witches had exactly enough resources for the 3rd town and then do a leech depriving move. But I don't.
But don't worry, I got more than enough.
Yeah.
He does have more than enough, but no, I agree. Like that's part of the benefit of async. You could calc stuff. You would know exactly how bad it was if you did go the stronghold route and wasted a priest or 2 on this red hex to cost him more digs or whatever. Like,
yeah, it's an easily answerable question. It's just we don't have the time nor the patience at this exact moment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But...
Wait, do you get enough resources to connect their things? I don't think you do, right? I don't think it's worth it at this point.
No, I'm not connecting anymore because it wasn't worth points, as it turns out, which I could have realized when I did that move, but live and learn.
Yeah, it's all good. That's how things go. All right, we have decided to go for the temple route because air 1 plus our pass tile means that just building trading posts is probably plus water 1 means that it has to be more total points than building the stronghold, but it's all crummy.
Okay, now I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take a bit to calculate whether network is.
I think we have demonstrated evidence that the witch's hard dig in round 1 was a good investment.
Yeah, that part does seem to be true. Like,
sorry about that.
Maybe,
but yeah,
I'm not convinced.
Imagine if they had to rush to 3 shipping to stop me from taking that green hex in the south.
He probably
they would have been so much slower.
He probably has to rush out Stronghold instead, but even that I agree is like a very different game. So I agree, but I'm curious, Eric, what's your alternative? Like you said that you don't know if we have good proof of it, so I'm curious.
I think taking
not proof, just evidence.
Temple for Air 2, and then like doing some shipping advances might have been okay. I only would need 2 shipping to get to that hex, or like 1 shipping, and I could have at some point, like I'm going to take this hex, right? I could have taken this much earlier. I dig down here, and then with 1 shipping, I can get over to there, and then maybe
harder
my town or something.
Easier said than done to double dig that red, in the early game when you don't have a ton of extra workers.
Oh, I had a bajillion workers, and if I took
you didn't before round 4 or 5, and I took this
round
3.
Round 3, he definitely did have workers.
Round 3 was a spade round, and I passed with like 7 workers.
Yeah,
I think.
he did have 7 workers. He could have done it. Yeah. So okay, that's fair. That's actually a reasonable way you could have achieved that. Yeah.
It's on.
Hold up. If I get one more power, no wait, if I get this exactly, I can build another temple. That might be worth it.
And then
Let's do
your
it.
air one does nothing though.
Yeah, that can't. The temple can't be worth it. You do have air one. Like,
All right, that was a good point. I'll just build a temple or a trading post with it.
yeah, that'll be fine. All right, time for the other reason that fakirs suck.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is so bad at the end here. Like, ugh.
Worth much. That town.
Getting fire 2 blocked was so much worse. Wow, really? Really?
I mean, where else do you use this spade?
Woo! Okay.
Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean,
I literally did not have a use for the spade, to be honest.
yeah, you don't. You just had 4 points, so you may as well do that, but wow. Okay.
That's the major issue with Fakir is that they are so frail. I always hate being. It's not that they are such a bad starting position or anything, but it's just that anyone can fuck you or your routes. I'm sorry for the wording.
Yeah,
Can screw your routes so easily. Like sometimes just transform one yellow and you cut like 2 or 3 hexes from your route.
yeah, no, I agree. Anyhow, Danny B, the reason I still took the range town is because I could send like a priest to a cult, and then Eric actually has to start building next to me eventually. I admit I got less leech here during the end, even now again than I thought, but I thought I might get some from some friends. I thought I could at least eke out another dwelling or two via flight, but then Logus just did that, so I mean,
I'm sorry, friend. I was a friend for most of the game.
you were, and it is the right move. You have nothing else to do, but you're right. It's
Yeah.
just it is the fragility of Fakirs, and I should if I just rush. I mean, this is part of the downside too of like waiting so long on my towns. I could have raced out to some yellows sooner. Ultimately, yeah, at the end here, going for 2 towns has really killed me though. That's been a big mistake actually.
I think you're absolutely on the money, Rainy. We all have the benefit of hindsight here, but fakirs are not frail when they're not trying to build towns and
Yeah.
they're just trying to get everywhere.
Exactly. If I just take a range town during round 5 and then I just start flying right away, like it would have been fine. I can skip this whole town business. I can reach more hexes. I get better network. This extra town turned out to, in the end, be a coin town, so I got 5 points. Like that's obviously not worth it. Like the coins that I got from the town are literally what paid for an expensive trading post to the bridge. So yeah, like I literally just got 5 points from a town, and I've lost out on a million carpet flights and dwellings. So yeah, I mean it clearly mistakes, but oh well.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, Ryan made me get late, but I think you need resources, right? Or don't you?
Yeah, I need a worker town actually.
You do?
Well, so
Like,
I need a worker
if you
town.
convert,
Otherwise,
if you convert a priest to worker, you just
then you pass me on air probably.
well, maybe.
You'd build a temple for air 3, like you'd 100% do that.
Yeah, I think that's 100% correct.
Why do you need worker towns? I really don't understand. Oh, for the
So I still
trading
need to build a
post.
trading post to finish my other town, and I could go priest to worker, but if I do that, then yeah, then Logus.
I see. And otherwise, you guys are rushing the 11 pointer, but Locus will take it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
I actually wanted the priest to make a bit more of a contest on the cults, but well, guess that's not happening.
Yeah, Denny B, that is an interesting point. I should have also just let Logus bridge block me. I probably shouldn't pass for this trading post tile. I should let him go in front of me. He could bridge block me. I just give up the town and I do better. The spade tile would actually be pretty good for me here in the end game too, to get more dwellings out, get more flights. Oh well, we live and we learn. But yeah, I seriously mucked up some of this Fakir's game. I still think the bid was not that wrong for me. I just really messed up a lot.
I at least yeah maybe if Darkness was a G5, right? Because you expected him not to be a G5 and you get
I was expecting Darkly G5. I expected a huge leech party early. The huge leech party early also means that if all the upgrades are happening around me in round one, holy shit, is Fakir's in a whole different world. Like I would have got on the order of like 12 more power during the first 2 rounds than I otherwise did. I mean, that's obviously like a double dig or some like who knows what, but it's just a world of difference. But that is part of the limitations of auction that we all know about, so be it.
I was too greedy. Bidding down Darklings is ultimately the most important decision in the game, arguably.
Yeah, it's possible Darklings are overbid a bit.
I think I'm gonna come back to it. I think the starting positions in the opening was just wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
know
it
you
depends.
said you were blocking everyone else, but I think in the end it just like this. What we're seeing is like you had to get 2 awkward towns, and you didn't get a lot of early leech, and you didn't connect, and like.
So I don't totally hate the starting
Mistakes
spots,
were made.
but yeah, I wonder if you give up Earth
on
1.
my end.
Yeah, I wonder if you skip Earth 1 at least in order to get the 2 workers. Because I mean that part was pretty painful too.
It's true.
But yeah,
I mean, the thing about like you want to rush dwellings. They're the most efficient buildings. You can turn workers into coins. It's really not that bad for Darklings. I thought I was gonna get a second temple and maybe get some coins, get the coin favor. Maybe
I can agree with that, but I think spade is just more efficient. Because you got 2 coins, you get the 1 dig. You block the spade from other factions. Like that spade is so good for the other factions. And,
yeah, I mean that is a part of why you had such a good opening too, Logus. Yeah, you just got the spade, which
I was not supposed to get spade as well.
I wasn't 100% sure. I mean, I don't think it's crazy for Darklings not to take it, but it does help you. But yeah,
I'm kind of thinking in an even faction or an even victory point game where in this matchup Darklings and Witches are favorited. It just is. And so you if you're Darklings, your competition is Witches, and you need to play some zero-sum game with them.
Yeah, that's fair too. You have that mindset, and so it is different in auction world. Danny B, you're exactly correct. A lot of the Darklings' reasoning in round 1 was to take tempship away from Witches, and if Witches got tempship in round 1, I agree. It's also a significantly better game for them, and Nerdcube's still actually I think kind of competitive here at the end. So how much does that matter? I don't know.
Yeah, in the end, I mean, this is something like I don't want to spend too much time ranting about it, but like I've been a big advocate for like the Snellman meta, right? Is like don't give engineers leech. I think the board game arena meta should be just bid engineers down. Like that's just kind of my preference for like if you have an auction to solve things, like balance it by bidding things down.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit. I do think that's a bit fair. I mean, on some of these matchups, we have inherently like starting locations in early leech does determine a lot though, and I don't know if there's necessarily reasons to prefer certain things over the other though. So I mean sometimes it is just hard to know where the leech party is going to be and what's going to happen, but
yeah, but the main issue, Eric, with that is that how much is enough, right? It's always hard to be accurate regarding what is the correct, like how low should engineers be so you can give them leech. So I think most people just err on the safe side, just that don't give them a leech. Period. That's wrong, I think, but it just should be something like setup by setup. Just analyze who do you think that got a good deal, or who did not, and then play along with that.
Yeah. I think that's another thing too. Is like, yeah, so like, yeah, Darklings and Witches, are like the favorites on this map, and so maybe Darklings, yeah,
in this matchup in particular, because Dwarves and Fakirs are not the best, even if they're
But when you
Even if
spot
they're
them 15
playable,
points,
I mean, in this matchup,
but once auction had happened, you'd already spotted them 15 points. So are they now like the ones that you have to play a zero-sum game with? Because like, you know, if you just give dwarves and fakirs 15 points, aren't they now?
Yeah, I definitely miscalculated around the early part of the game. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, I think that's just the thing. Like, I mean, when I came over from Snellman to BGA, like that was a thing to get used to, right? It's like,
Yeah, it does take a while.
yeah. The auction is like it's. I mean, I've said that it's like half the game. Like
It's a mini game
completely
within the
separate
game.
skill. Yeah.
I mean, everything we do in Terra Mystica is just determine the relative value of resources throughout the game, and I guess that's investing victory points in a better faction. It's just it's something I have to learn by doing to some extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Logus, very nicely done though.
Well done.
You winning 3 cults, winning network, second of the other cults. I mean, you have a pretty crushing game here. 3 town dwarves.
Beautifully executed dwarves game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the calls, we kind of knew that they were open, right? But when Eric hard dug and didn't have a priest, that also made the calls really wide open because now there's some less competition. We have more priest pressure.
Yeah, I do agree with that. That's a good point too. Witches and dwarves are always going to have reasonable cult games here because just Fakirs and Darklings don't contest cults very well usually. Fakirs particularly, obviously, are not going to rush for 2 key towns or anything. So, but yeah, ultimately this is a very fun showcase of dwarves can be very strong on this map. Eric does edge me by a bit at the end. Sad days. I definitely threw Eric second place by going for this second town. But oh well.
The story of dwarves and fakirs are honestly one of the factions I'm most proud of in terms of how they turned out on this map.
Yeah.
Where it's not that they're like really, really good in this one situation where Logus got everything to work. It's just if he didn't get this connection, he had backup plans because there were just enough routes, and I'm sure he was considering all of them when he made those investments. Like he could have gone right over to the west. He could have hopped over the other direction and just tunneled more rather than connect.
Yep.
He could have done an investment through the south, prevented the witches' town with that red hex.
Yeah, but that
I really like how
that was
map.
that. Sorry, but that connection was that as soon as he hard dug, right? That was too expensive. It would be better just to tunnel more instead of connecting at that point.
You had already connected through the north, so
but I meant I meant in the connection in the south. You mentioned it. That's impossible after which is hard dug that.
Which is hard dug it in round 5. You know, plenty of time to
No.
You got to the within tunnel range in round 1.
Which is hard dug F6 to connect from H6 to the rest. You can connect to the south.
I'm not talking about F6. I'm talking about the red hex below it.
H6, and then how do I get from H6 to and how do I get
dwarves
from
could
H6
have dug
to
H6
F8
to connect?
No, I couldn't. I mean, which is hard dug F6, H6 makes no point for me anymore.
All right then. This was a joy.
Yeah, the thing I was gonna say is I really like on this map how dwarves have a lot, like, you know, because dwarves I think can be pretty fragile too, so they have a lot of backup plans while not making engineers overpowered.
Yeah, I agree. Having backup plans is super key.
Honestly, I think dwarves almost do better than engineers on this map. Like, I find engineer games harder for me to understand how to make it work on this map than I do dwarves.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we're in the same situation as they are with the Fire and Ice map, as in with a really good econ game, engineers can really clean up, especially if they're given a couple of safe hexes, but it is more fragile than it is on the base map. I think they're in the same situation on Fjords, and luckily dwarves are good in different situations than engineers. So
yeah, what I've seen in many games, I've seen mistakes in engineers is when either blue or green are in and they start G4 and they get punished by getting F3 blocked, and then their game just dies. I think that G4 is a really risky hex for engineers, and the most success is starting from D1. Sometimes even with temp shipping.
Safer, yeah.
Yep.
D1, C6.
Yeah.
See, what you can do is, if you really believe in engineers, you pick them before witches. This is, not auction meta, but, picking from an earlier seat, because then you know that witches have to commit to F3 as a starting hex, which they really don't want to do. And then you can safely pick G4 once they've already put down both their hexes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that
Yeah.
does help. Yeah.
But then, do you start C6 or do you start F8? Like, what's it, E8 to block them? I think I would start E8 to block them, and maybe try to
E8
get
or
a double
C6,
spade.
depending on who else is in the game. Even F6, even G4, and then up top. You can totally start up top. Start D1, start C6, start A7, potentially. Start E2 with Brown faction who likes to start F2.
I have never seen a brown faction start F2, but that could be interesting.
Halflings
You
can
got
do F2, B2.
You gotta play some more.
H2, B2.
You gotta play some more 7-player Logus. That's
When people
that,
scale back their ambitions because everything is so chaotic.
that's how Techly's won our 7-player game on Fjords, the 7-player by starting F2 cultists. So yeah, that's how you get people over there. You just
And
need
then all the engineers try to do is build just 3 bridges in this like C1, D1 area and hope that it ekes out like 27 points, and then they get it second place out of 7. Pretty good for Elo, right? You beat 5 opponents.
Yeah.
7-player games on Spellman don't count for ranking at least. But yeah. Yeah, ultimately this was fun. Jordan, earlier people were asking, do you have any things you want to share about the creation of Fjords? Any anecdotes, any fun stories, anything you're particularly proud of?
Well, the wonderful part about message boards is that the whole record is right there, right? It's a 200 message thread.
Somebody dropped the link to that. I think FireX. Thanks much. He did a lot of playtesting too. So yeah.
So you can see to the extent I was definitely not me who made the map, right? I came in with the first iteration, and we had one previous map making as a community experience, and what I think that map suffered a little bit is that there was, decisions by committee. So I started with a fairly good draft. I did a lot of play tests from different seats, played with my friends, and then obviously 1,000 games in, we learned so much, right? We were pretty close, but we definitely improved it with iterations, which is definitely evidence that it is worth the effort to revise your work. It is worth the effort to not just say good enough. V2 was definitely an improvement over V1, on the margin of like 5 points, but I find it more fun now when the Darklings aren't quite as oppressive. I think, you guys are in the Fjords League these days. You guys know what the meta is and how it's changing with the Volcano and Ice factions.
So that changes up a lot too, and gosh, I am increasingly interested to see how much of monsters alchemists are or aren't. Like have been some huge alchemist games, and I'm curious to see that potentially continue too. So
They
yeah.
are more fragile than Darklings, right? With acolytes in the game, they can screw things up. With witches in the game and nomads in the game,
Yeah, acolytes are my nemesis on the. Well, yeah. So Sprockets totally destroyed me in one of my Fjords Leagues games. I was nomads, and all of a sudden at the end of round 2, the entire freaking like center fjord, all of the hexes were sprockets, and my poor little stronghold was just like, well, what am I here for now? Like, oh my god, it was ridiculous. I had no clue he was going to be able to dig that much, but yeah, it was gross.
yeah, I'm excited to see more, and I'd be happy to do this again sometime. This was a fun game, guys. So I'm gonna sign off though.
All right, yeah, sounds good. If anybody has any other closing thoughts, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, we could probably wrap up.
Yeah, great game. Thanks for having me on, and nice game, Lucas.
Thanks
Good evening,
for the game, guys.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks much all for joining. It was fun. Thanks, chat, for dropping by and commenting and all that. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some more and different stuff in the stream in the future. Thanks, guys, for joining me. See y'all.